this week's cocktail, let's just say I'm looking forward to Sunday to debunking this cocktail in the rum show. But this week's cocktail, I've gone early doors in Smugglers Cove. It's one of the very first recipes. It also features in Jeff Beachcomber's remixed as well. This is Dons Own Grog. Page 40 if you're in the Smugglers Cove. I don't know what it is in there. Now, I wanted to sort of start, like really start at the front of the book, you know, the first cocktails in Smugglers Cove, because I kind of started in the middle and now I want to kind of go back. But I looked at this and I was like, do you know what? At face value, it's got all the flavours I like in it. Like a bit of blackberry, decent rum, lime juice, you know, a little bit of sweetness. I'm going to like this. It needs, for me, this recipe that I'm about to show you needs tinkering a little bit. Now, that might be down to the rums that I've chosen, and that's the whole point of the rum show on Sunday. Because what I do on Sundays now is take Tuesday, Wednesday's cocktail and kind of deconstruct it, debunk it, you know, look at different rums. Did I use the right rums? Because we all know in Smugglers Cove, it's all about category 3, category 2, category 5, category 6, you know. But even in that category, we all know that, or most of us know, that rums can taste dramatically different. So I'm not convinced that the rums I've used in this cocktail actually do it any favours, even though they're some of my favourite rums. So let's dive into making this cocktail, but join me on Sunday where I'm going to take this cocktail to bits and find my favourite rum blend for this. Right, let's crack on. Let's make this cocktail. I'll talk you through the ingredients. Ignore the rums for 2 seconds. I'll come back to them probably a minute, know me. Angostura bitters, lime juice, nutmeg for garnishing, grating on top. Brown sugar in there. Caveat, this is actually my own Demerara, 2 parts Demerara sugar, 1 part of water in there. I've made a lot of Mai Tais recently. I ran out and I just needed it instantly and I couldn't wait for another bottle to come. So I've made my own Demerara in there. I don't know how Demerara actually translates into the US and around the world, because we've got brown sugar in here. We've got Muscovado sugar in the UK, light Muscovado, dark Muscovado, and we've got Demerara. So I generally do not have the first clue how that translates into the US and Canada, but in the UK, Demerara sugar, 2 parts, 1 part water. Pomegranate, I use pomegranate as my grenadine because here's a fun fact for you. Most pomegranates in the UK are actually raspberry, and we're led to believe that over time, in the past, that pomegranate is, or grenadine is actually pomegranate. So that's why I use pomegranate, and it does say grenade on there, so grenadine. And then I've got Joseph Cartron. I'm not going to talk about these. I'll talk about these at some other point. It's nice to be fostering a relationship with a liqueur brand. That's all I'm going to say on that. I love Giffard. I always love Giffard, but I've just never been able to speak to anyone at Giffard to tell me how they're made and what they're. Joseph Cartron is essentially the same parent company, Spiribam, as Clement, as Bounty, as Sherman's, as what are they called? Rumshay, what's the other one? Clement. There. So we've got those 4. I've got a great relationship with Spiribam, so I know what goes on. You will see a few others down here. I might leave that there for the entirety of the video. I've just shaken that up. This is take 2. But they were actually made with real live fruit, and we can prove that because you'll see this separate throughout the video. So that's got that. Now the rums. We are called for a blended rum, category 3 Smugglers Cove. Okay, category 3 blended rum. There, okay. Stands to reason. It's one of my favourite rums that just works for me a treat in a lot of cocktails. So I'm going to pick that one. We'll find out on Sunday, because this is the cocktail I'm going to debunk, deconstruct, you know, whatever the other word is that I use in Sunday's show. But for this cocktail, I'm going to go Chairman's Reserve Legacy. Then we go down to a blended, lightly aged. Chairman's Reserve white fits nicely into this category. So does many others. It's one of my favourite daiquiri rums. I love it. So it stands to reason that I want to put it in this cocktail. Am I going to be right? Find out Sunday. And then the other part of this is a black blended rum. Now, I've got a few contenders for this, but long-term viewers will know that I adore this. So at face value, the categories blended, blended lightly aged, and black blended. At face value, this cocktail should be absolutely rock and roll, simply because they are 3 of my favourite rums that I have in those categories. We will find out on Sunday of whether it's the right combination of these rums. Right, let's cracketh oneth. Let's do the rums. Let's get those out of the way. So we go back to the front. Black blended rum at 15 ml. It's obviously a flash blended cocktail. So 15 ml, half an ounce of your black blended rum. Then we're going for blended, lightly aged, again, Chairman's Reserve, white rum, whatever you want to call it, at 15 ml, half an ounce of that. So 1.5 ml. Then next up, we're going for the blended, normal rum, blended category 3 in Smugglers Cove, and we're going for 30 ml of that. So Chairman's Legacy, 30 ml, 30. Right, and then we can do the rest of the ingredients. So let's do the Muir first. This is gorgeous stuff. I really like this. I do. Blackberry liqueur, for those of you who didn't know. What's this? 15 ml, 1.5 of blackberry liqueur in there. Let's go for the pomegranate. Now, I never know what to do here because it says a dash. What the flipping hell is a dash? When it comes in a bottle like that, what is a dash? I'm going to go 5 ml. I generally don't know. What the hell? I don't know how you guys in the US serve your grenadine, of whether you have it in Japanese bottles like, where's my other one? That'll do. Whether you have it in bottles like that, it's my Herbistura. I don't know, but 5 ml? I don't know. So that's my grenadine in there, a dash. Brown sugar, Demerara sugar. We are going for 7.5 ml of that. So 1/4 of an ounce of brown sugar. Lime juice should be 22.5 ml, so 3/4 of an ounce of that. 22.5 ml, always confused me. What's that in ounces? Right, Angostura bitters, 1 dash of Angostura bitters. Commit to the dash, otherwise if you just do that, it's going to fly out all there. So 1 dash, there we go, of Angostura bitters. And then it's 12 ounces of crushed ice, and I'm going to flash blend it. Right, there we go, 5-10 seconds in there. Glass that's been in the freezer for all of like a minute because I've forgotten. I like to freeze my glasses, but I completely forgot. Should be decent enough. By the way, so open gated pour. For those of you thinking, how do you gauge what 12 ounces is of crushed ice? I've got 12 ounce ice scoops, so I kind of know that. I've got various different ice scoops going out. I've got a little 6 ounce one as well. So I kind of know that roughly, if we could get it, roughly, probably a bit more than that, is actually 12 ounces of crushed ice. So you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry. Right, let's top this up with a bit more crushed ice. There we go. And then garnish wise, perfect. Garnish wise, a bit more. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Is this grated nutmeg. Got a microplane here. Look at this there. See, I've got all the tools in there. Right. Little microplane, little bit of grated nutmeg on top. Lovely, not too much. And I'm just going to make that look pretty. I'm probably going to take a photo of that, to be honest. I'm probably going to add, like, maybe, I don't know, get me with my dehydrated dragon fruit and my dehydrated pineapple. I'm going to probably pimp it up with some sort of dry fruit, but I don't know. But we've got a sprig of mint there for the time being. So I'm intrigued by this. It's very booze forward. It's a lovely berry note to it. I think potentially that's going to need a little bit of extra sugar for the mass market. I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm looking forward to debunking that. I'm going to put it out there. I don't think my blended aged rum, the Chairman's Reserve, actually does that any favours. And that is my all-star blended rum. I think that I'd actually want a lighter kind of style of rum in that, but we shall find out on Sunday. But that is, I'm going to score that about a 6 out of 10 at the moment.